What's up, everybody? I'm Super Nolan Man, and you are watching the Uncle Cyborg Show, where today we are drafting in Fantasy Critic. Unfamiliar with that? We'll tell you about it soon. But first, let me introduce you to the Hyrule King, Bo Mitchell.
Hello. How's it going, everybody?
Happy birthday, Bo, and fantastic haircut.
Thanks. Yeah.
Nice cut, G.
Thank you.
Yep. It really brings out your headphones.
Yeah, there's a little bit more space there now.
Nice.
Yep. I've never noticed that you have like the green on the sides. That's actually pretty dope.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my hair covered it last time.
And on the other end, we've got Matthew, Hot Dog Eater. How you doing, Matthew?
I'm doing pretty good.
Glad to hear it. If you are new here, this is the Uncle Cyborg Show, where we break down the trending topics and our favorite things about video games while keeping it rated E for everyone. If that sounds appealing to you, click that subscribe button and hang out with us for a few weeks and see how you feel. If you want to be part of the show, you can answer our question of the week, just like nobody. We asked you a question and nobody responded. Thank you, nobody. Now, before we get into our topic of the show, just briefly, let's tell the people we've been playing this week. So, Bo, go ahead and start us off.
Oh, man. Kind of a lot. I finished up trophies on Resident Evil 5. I boosted that with some people. Really cool people. Actually friended some of them.
For those unfamiliar, what is boosting?
So boosting is a trophy hunting term where if a game has online and it's like really tough, well, there's some games that you can do it where it's not fully online, but you'll like do it with other people to get the trophies easier. Some people look down on it. I don't mind it.
And those people don't got lives.
Yeah.
The people who are boosting or the people who look down on
people
boosting?
look down on it.
Yeah, it's a little bit elitist, the people who look at it that way. They're like, oh, you didn't get it correctly. Yeah, so I boosted that. I also, my brother wanted to play Marvel Rivals. That's been pretty cool. Really tough trophies, so I boosted that one too. Man, I could not get I tried to get the team wipe one. It's, you have to really rely on your teammates to get it, but boosting, it's easy. So I did that. And I got the plat on System Shock.
Hey.
The remake is they made it too close to the original. I feel like they should have fixed it like remakes typically do. Still like really inspirational, like you can tell where BioShock came from, but it just wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be. But
yeah, so System Shock, spiritual father to
it's like the forefather of BioShock.
Yeah, and a lot of people will say old game is old, meaning like once its time has passed, you really can't judge it accurately. With System Shock, it sounds like the remake did not fix what was old.
That's it's so easy to get lost. I had to look up a couple times. Unfortunately,
not so easy when you can't boost your way through the game, huh? What do I do, guys? I'm just kidding.
I'm typically the person in the boosting lobbies helping the people do it. There's this dude no offense to this dude, but he asked for like the simplest thing, was boosting Marvel Rivals earlier today. Like, bro,
who's the elitist
like,
now?
He's like, how do you do this trophy? And it's literally like standing on the point for 60 seconds. It's like, bro.
It's like change your profile picture on your account.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Matthew, what have you been playing?
Sonic Frontiers. It's not very good.
Tell us why.
Sonic's slow. Bad guys, kind of boring. Fights boring.
Okay.
I'm a Sonic guy.
When you say Sonic is slow, what do you mean?
The game is slow.
Like it feels slow.
Like it feels like Sonic's just jogging out there.
Really?
Yep. For a guy who's supposed to be fast, it doesn't really feel that fast. Because you have to like upgrade him to make him fast.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, he just forgot how to run, I guess. For no reason. It's not like he's There's no like story reason for him to be slow. It's just a gameplay design.
It's not like he crashed on a planet and lost his armor and has to go find it.
Nope.
Or
You
get
got Metroid
upgrades in the
Prime,
equipment room.
where he crashed and lost all his powers.
Was playing. I think I already told you guys I was playing Metroid Fusion, and
Yeah.
I am pretty far along. I'm definitely in like the final act now, and the game's just so good, man. I don't know why people haven't figured it out like Nintendo has figured it out in terms of teaching you how to play the game. I wish I had the clip to share. Actually, I think I've got it on my phone. But okay. So you see that I'm attacking this. Yeah, it's not great, but you can see I'm attacking this little guy down here. Sorry, and I've got very shaky hands, and I have to do that so I can come up here. But I had to freeze the guy because I had to be able to jump up on him to get out there. So I come here, I defeat these guys, and I fall through. Which obviously is a problem.
Freaking lava.
So I can't skip it. I just fall through every time. So I go back around. It forces me to do that. I can't just walk back into that room. It locks me off here.
The one-way door. Yeah.
Yep. So I come back up here, and it reminds me that I have to freeze this little guy here.
Yeah.
And that I can get on top of him. So by the time I come back into this room, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I can freeze this guy. So I come over here, and I freeze him, and I jump on him instead.
Nice.
There you go. That's good game design. Yeah, shows you in the room before you get there. That's really good.
Exactly. And it doesn't let you get away from there being like, oh, I can't do anything about this. Like, there's so many times in this game, and that will make it feel a little more linear to a lot of people. But I still got there on my own. I'm still coming up with the solution on my own. But they're not letting me overthink it, right? They're not letting me go away. Like, they're like, hey, if you run into a problem in this game, you have in the immediate area what you need to be able to figure out. And that's what a lot of other people making Metroidvanias or puzzle type games really struggle with. So again, nobody does it like
what everyone else don't.
Right. Well, anyways, we are going to be playing a game this year called Fantasy Critic. And if you're unfamiliar, it's kind of like fantasy football, fantasy basketball, etc., but for video games. But instead of drafting players, we are publishers who are drafting games. We are looking at the games that are coming out in the year 2025, and we are trying to figure out, okay, what is going to score well with the critics out here. If I want to draft whatever games I think are going to get the most points that way, whatever is going to get reviewed the best. And there are a couple things that we're going to look out for. One is it's got to be a game that comes out this year. In fact, I'm going to pull up the league options here so we can see the games that are considered banned here. So games that are currently in early access are not eligible. I can't pick Hades 2. I cannot pick a director's cut. So if Death Stranding gets another director's cut or something like that, a game gets re-released with just a little bit of extra content, does not count. A partial remake does not count. The difference between a remake and a partial remake is hard to define, but basically, if it is too similar to the original or not enough time has passed, then it's going to be considered a partial remake. Something like Shadow of the Colossus 2018, which is kind of shot for shot, just made in a newer engine, is a partial remake. Whereas something like Link's Awakening in 2019, totally different art style, added some new features, that's a full remake. Something like that would count.
Yeah. One step off of a remaster. It's too close to a remaster.
Exactly. Ports are not eligible if a game that has already been released is just coming to a new console. I can't pick that up. Games that have already been released outside of North America, or they've been released in some kind of district but are going to be released now in other places, those are not going to count. And of course, just remasters. Your Ultimate Editions, your HD versions, your collection kind of games are not going to be eligible. At the conclusion of the 7 games drafted, we will have to counterpick games. And what a counterpick does is it locks in that pick for somebody else. So say that the game gets deconfirmed for this year, they would not be able to drop the game as they normally would. Instead, they would be stuck with that and locked into those points. But say that somebody were to draft GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6, and I said, I'm going to counterpick that because I don't believe it's going to come out this year. So I know I'll lose 0 points for that. And then it does actually come out this year and it gets, an 89 on OpenCritic. Then whoever drafted that would get 19 points and I would receive negative 19 points. So whatever points they get, I get the opposite of that. All right, so let's start with the Hyrule King. What is your publisher?
I went with Bro Code Software because I thought it was funny.
I like it. Matthew?
I went. There's only one way to go for me based on us playing Urn Tree. I went with Publishly Mikola.
That one actually made me laugh out loud.
Mikola the Publish.
Yeah, Mikola the Published. And I went with Brony Interactive Entertainment. Of course.
Sony.
Sony. Yeah,
Sony
Interactive Entertainment.
I just now got that looking at it here.
Yeah, a lot of people are probably going to look at it and think, "Oh, Bronny."
Yeah, LeBron James, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. What I'd considered before was I considered 2 software.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. All right, let's start the draft here.
Cool.
All right.
So you want to pick?
I don't know if we want to put a timer up or anything like that. I don't think we need to go with the NFL 4 minutes or whatever they do. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Wow. I'm gonna guess that.
An interesting first choice here, because here's the thing. My most anticipated game of the year, 100%. But how much do you believe in Metroid Prime 4? And more importantly, how much do you believe in retro to bring this game into the 2020s?
I think it can do it, especially since we've seen the trailer now with like Samus actually moving around in the engine world. I think it's gonna come, especially if the Switch 2 is as close as we think it is. That is coming out on the Switch 2.
Yeah,
hands down. Like that would just be a no-brainer. No-brainer.
100%.
I feel like I'm gonna pick it just because I know it's not gonna make it back the second time around. And I know it's probably going to review well because of who made it. I'm going to draft this game here. I'm very worried that they're not going to get the multiplayer quite right. So it's good they're doing a network test. I'm going to draft Night Rain. Here's why.
I did think about it.
Here's my thing. When have you ever seen a FromSoft game review bad? That is like the safety pick. That's like if you're a fantasy football, you're drafting Tom Brady or Peyton Manning right there. They're probably not going to do a crazy number.
I think it might review less than a normal.
The thing I'm worried about, though, I'm taking a risk here just because I know it's not going to come back the second time around. I'm worried that multiplayer isn't going to be
quite as good.
Or like the gameplay is going to be a little different. But I felt like I had to take that one here just because it wasn't going to come around.
Yeah.
So sure. If you guys have looked
that was definitely like my second one.
Yeah, Night Rain is going to be an interesting one for exactly what you said. But they would not be putting this out unless they felt like they had something unique to offer with this multiplayer attempt here. And it's not just Elden Ring, but now multiplayer. It is, we created a multiplayer game after looking at, they've clearly got influences from things like, even they got influence from, it looks like, Apex and Fortnite and things like that. The whole dropping in onto the map and
which is wild.
And then running around trying to find you're popping open chests trying to get your upgrades and stuff like that, to then be able to take on these bosses. It's got that little bit of roguelite element that's really hitting right now. I think there's a chance they have something really special here. I don't believe in it to be like scoring in the 90s like a lot of their games do.
Yeah.
But I think this is a very
so too,
solid, incredibly safe pick that is guaranteed to get you 15 plus points.
And for someone who probably knows the least on here about all the stuff coming out, I feel like that was the pick for me.
Yep. Yeah. I think Night Rain is the safest choice in the draft, which means it's time for me to go with the riskiest in the draft.
He's doing it. He's doing it. He's drafting GTA 6.
I am drafting GTA 6.
I knew for a fact you would pick this one because you have been so hyped for this one.
All 2025 is what it's estimated. It says, but obviously nothing's been announced.
Yep, they have not confirmed a date. And this is where it's 2 times risky. One is it's GTA coming back in a time where you would expect GTA to be canceled. There's a good chance a lot of things don't hit quite right.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And then it's a question of, does it even release this year? Am I just wasting a slot on this? I think there is a solid chance that it is just gone. I mean, I could get a message tomorrow that, this game has now been delayed to 2026. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised, but I wanted to go for it anyways. Grand Theft Auto 6 is my first choice of the draft.
All right.
Because this is a snake draft, I'm also going to get my next one, and I'm between a couple games on this. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to go with do I want to try to pull? Let's hear. Do I want to go for the sure thing that I know is going to get me a lot of points, or do I want to go for something that I don't think will get as many, but I know somebody else is probably going to pick?
That's hard.
I don't know. You do have a potential goose egg up on your board right now. Ghost of Yote, huh?
Oh, there it is. I just realized that you guys can see what I pull up here.
Yep.
Yep. Ghost of Yote.
Man,
putting it on the board.
I wanted that.
I knew somebody was going to want it and wanted that.
All right.
Yeah.
We're up for me now, huh? Yep. I've been seeing things here. I see Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't know enough about Monster Hunter to draft that. I'm looking here. I feel like it's got to be this one. The last 2 have both reviewed really well. Okay. I imagine this one is going to be, especially, I feel like this is the one to go for here. I'm going to go ahead and take...
Is he pulling Doom? Oh, did things freeze on my end?
It was Doom the Dark Ages is who I took.
Doom the Dark Ages.
Yep. I feel like I got solid 2 safe picks.
Solid pick. Yeah, there's no way that either of these bomb. These other ones here, even though I don't think they'll necessarily bomb, like here's the thing with GTA, it's going to be quality even if it misses the mark on the storytelling of the Metroid Prime 4. I believe in Retro to make a good game. I just don't know if it's going to hit like the original Metroid. But yeah, Night Rain and the Dark Ages, I think there's little chance that you're scoring below 15
Whoops,
points.
I'm sorry, guys. I misunderstood. I was drafting Game of the Year candidates. My bad. Sorry, my bad.
They can be. Pro Code Software.
Oh, man.
And you get 2 here, so you can kind of game the system a little bit.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. I had to think about it.
All right, Craig. Who's he taking, Craig?
All right, it's the first one. You probably could see this one coming.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
There's no way this game is not going to review well. The hype for this is unreal. Possibly more than I would give it credit for myself, but
yeah, that's saying it's like the highest rated thing. I was like, really?
Yeah,
for a hype score.
Yep,
I think it'll be a great game. I have a weird perspective on Monster Hunter, but I see why people love it so much.
Yeah,
in some regard.
I've only played a little bit myself, but It wasn't my type of game though, the one I played, but I could definitely see
I
how people
played
like
way
it.
too much.
It might be something like where I need to get in the right, get the right crowd going. Because I was doing everything solo, and I don't know if that's how you're supposed to or not.
What were you playing?
Monster Hunter. What's like the?
We're playing Monster Hunter World.
Was
that
it
was the
World?
most recent one.
Yeah, Monster Hunter World.
Well, it was the big console release. They've had a couple games since then.
Monster Hunter World was the one that I played.
Like
I played on PC for a little bit.
What was that one that came out on
way too
Switch
much
and
of
then
World.
Rise? That was it.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah. All right, so now
so
Bo's
pretty
up
obvious pick.
for a second one here.
Second one.
Another safe one.
I think I'm actually gonna go a little bit riskier, but it's because I believe in this game a lot, and I'm very hyped for it.
I'm afraid
especially
to
after
guess
what
what
we
it
just
is
saw.
because.
You're gonna see. You're gonna see. Here it is.
Okay. Hey.
I believe in this game so much, and that man, they sold me so hard. It is dangerous, but I think that's gonna be a cool classic hit. I think it's gonna be an excellent game. I'm really excited.
I think if you're looking at it, if you are an outlet trying to find the person to review this game, you're gonna want to get the person who is like, oh, this is my thing. Like, this is hitting all the right notes for people who are fans of that genre. And there's no chance that you're going to hand this off to the wrong guy. Like, you're going to, like, this is going to get into the hands of the people who are been looking for this, who are clamoring for it. Yep. So,
I'm so excited for this game. Just absolutely incredible.
And
I like it. I think that one is risky, but I think the
upside is
high risk, high reward.
Yep.
Yeah, this could be a game that if it delivers on what they seem to be promising with this, you could be looking at its scoring in the high 80s into the 90s, which is always a fantastic pool.
All right. Oh. So I'm up here in 2018.
There is definitely a safer one I could have done.
In 2018, I made my way up to Portland Retro Gaming Expo with one Swoosh C. Swoosh C has a good friend of mine. He lives in Texas now. You might know him, Bo. But he has been talking about this game multiple times. I got to go for it. I got to put on for my man. I'm going to draft Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Right here.
So see that one for you, baby. Hilarious. I love everything I've seen about it. It's going to be such a meme.
But yeah, he's a big Yakuza guy. He's talked to me about it multiple times. I had to take it. There's no way I couldn't.
Yep. I see one possible struggle for Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, and that is
the Hawaiians.
There has been so many Like a Dragon games recently. You've had
so
one
many.
or two in every year for the past 5 years.
Some of them have been
two
remasters
in a couple of them.
Yeah, those are
some of them have been remasters, but that fan base, I'm sure, is going to be, kind of they've got to be getting tuckered out here a little bit. Infinite Wealth, though,
those games
did fantastic
are long.
last year. They are, but
they're so long.
But they sure do hit like nothing else for that crowd. So
that's true.
Yep. So if it holds up and people aren't tired of it, you've got a solid pick on your hands there. So this is where I decide if I want to get a little cheeky and maybe a little risky.
There's one I know for sure you'll pick, and I'm wondering if I should pick it next. But we'll see.
I think I know what it is.
There's a couple that I want to pick, and there's a couple that I'm like, I don't know if anybody else is going to pick it. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draft this game. I'm going for it.
Which game?
You can see it there. The unannounced mainline 3D Mario platformer. I think it happens this year.
Wow,
man!
I think it happens this year.
It's such a risky bet.
Oh, it is.
He's playing checkers while we're playing chess, man. You got 2 games that aren't coming out this year.
And here's the thing. Here's the do I want to ball out? Do I want to be an agent of chaos in this draft, or should I actually do what's going to get me points? And man,
however you want. I'm not going to stop you.
Right? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Mario 3D platformer, I'm willing to bank on because it has been so long since Odyssey, and we know that team has been cooking for some time. And what they did with the Mario 3D World re-release with the Bowser's Fury.
Oh, that was them. That's right.
Was inspired. And the melding of their kind of explorable world Odyssey type thing combined with the more linear aspects of a Mario 3D Land or 3D World made for a fantastic combination here that I think they will be exploring with this next game. We'll see. We've also heard a lot of interesting rumors in the background about them working on a Donkey Kong game. And there's evidence that this is actually a team up of Mario and Donkey Kong.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The evidence is my dad works for Nintendo and he told me.
And here's the thing. If that game comes out, if that game comes out and I did not draft it, I would be kicking myself. So that's why I had to pick it here.
You think anybody ever said my dad works for Nintendo and he meant it and nobody believed him?
Probably.
I had a friend named Joey Fizame who used to say that.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that dude.
No, I'm messing around. Yeah. So, yeah, he little kid from Seattle, little punk. Yeah, he used to tell us that his dad worked for Pizza Hut, and we're like, right, whatever, Joey. No.
All right. Well, he drafted a game that's actually coming out with this next pick.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm really looking at that next Mario Kart. Here's the thing. I think if there's any unannounced game that we know is happening that may not come out this year, I think it's Mario Kart 10. So
I don't know.
Instead of
put it in the trailer, I feel like it's got to be coming out.
Yeah. So instead of that, I'm going with Split Fiction.
There you go. I knew it. That was the one I knew you'd pick.
Yep. I have to do it. Here's their last couple games have been
They've been great,
on point, but they had something very special with. Excuse me, I was burping. They had something special with It Takes Two, and and I played that one with Bo and platinumed it there. I played it with McKenna. It got 100% completion there. What a fantastic game. Their little gimmick in each level, everything works so tightly. Everything performs exactly the way that you expect it to. Their mini games they're exciting and just competitive enough while still being kind of goofy.
Pretty comical at times.
All the Easter eggs, but just platforming that feels the way it's supposed to. When you move, you feel like, yes, I should be moving this way. I'm not fighting against the game to get moving where I want to.
Smooth platforming.
And I think Split Fiction, even though the story looks incredibly this
silly
kind of thing.
That's true.
Which, I mean, they do their best when they're silly, but this one is like, I don't know how I feel about these, like, at odds creative type of people. But I think that premise, however trite, does allow for some very cool opportunities.
Dragon part looks really fun. That's that part I'm really excited about.
This
Looks
game's
really
going to be
cool.
so good, and the previews that came out after the game was announced were just absolutely glowing. I think this is going to be can they strike lightning twice, like they did with the Game of the Year, Game Awards Game of the Year 2021, and I think they've got the sauce to make a better game.
All right.
Yeah, I think they can do it too.
Oh, on my pick here,
All
there's
right.
one that's staring me in the face here. I don't think I'm going to take it because history shows when these games come out, they have some issues when they first come out, and B, people review bomb it because of their DLC practices.
I think I know. Oh boy.
I'm not going to draft it. I was thinking Sid Meier's 7. I know those games review terribly a lot of times. 5, which is like a lot of people consider
Sometimes.
5 to be like the best. And I if I recall, remember 5 didn't review super great coming out, and 6 definitely didn't review super great coming out. So I'm gonna avoid that because it's sitting. If it's later, I might take it, but I feel like that's a trap pick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for Mario Kart Switch here because I feel like they're not
Mario
gonna.
Kart X.
Here's the thing. I feel like they're not gonna put that in the Switch thing and then not have it come out this year.
That was gonna be my next pick. Now I have to find something else.
Yeah. It was between that and one more. If the another one's around here, when it gets to me, I'll take it. But I feel like that one.
Yeah, that's a good.
The main issue with this, if the 24 cart thing is real and online on a Nintendo console, if that's bad, the game is going to tank my points. But I'm going to risk it.
So I'm going to preface this before I click it. I've seen the gameplay for this, and it looks really good. I think it's gonna be coming out this year, and I think it's gonna turn some heads. So let's lock it in.
Oh, here it is. Does he do it?
All
Snake
right.
Eater.
All right.
That is not what I thought you were going to go for.
It looks really good, and I think they're gonna nail. Like they don't have much that they need to do. They just need to nail that survival gameplay.
Is this
the feel of it, and it's gonna be great.
Is this the first one they've done since they canned Kojima for Metal Gear?
Yes. I think they'll be able to pull it off because they don't need to. They don't need to remake the wheel.
Yeah.
They just need to. And what they've shown so far, it might be one of the prettiest games coming out. If they can pull that off,
right? I got you, Konami. Team Konami, man. Yeah, we don't need Kojima. Yeah.
I mean, okay. I don't like Konami. I'll just preface that right now. They've been really dumb lately.
They keep ruining Yu-Gi-Oh.
I like that they're trying again. That's one thing I like.
Yeah. So this game is my understanding is that it is being developed internally.
Yeah.
So that's new.
It's
doing
slightly concerning. That's internally.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Yeah, it's internal when they haven't developed anything internally for a long time.
Machine manufacturers making a game.
They're doing it in conjunction with Virtuos. Who they're a support studio who helped out on stuff like South Park Snow Day, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Horizon Forbidden West, Hogwarts Legacy. They're all over the place. But their games, they look good. So
yes, they do.
I mean, here's the thing. You're taking what is a lot of people say MGS3 is the best game of all time. I hear
Always
that
been my
one
favorite.
as being
Yeah.
I heard that one as being the best Metal Gear Solid from a lot of people. As someone who is only kind of dip toes into the games, I haven't touched 3 or 4. But I mean,
I would say 3 is the one that everyone needs to play. It is superb. It's so good.
All right.
All right, Bo. You're on the clock. yet again. We'll see if I can survive one more pick. I'm really worried on this one.
Yeah, this is where it's getting really tough.
I got picks for days.
Imagine this with more people.
Right?
There'd be no games, man.
All right.
Well, you have to start really dipping into the obscure a little bit. Not necessarily
Declare obscure. Deba already did that, man. It was his second pick or his third pick.
I have it locked down, and this is a game I don't even like myself, but I know it's gonna review well. We're just gonna do it.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
No,
there it is.
No,
I can't stand the first Death Stranding. I think it is very overrated. But I know that everyone will come back and they'll review it just as highly, possibly more on the second one. So it's gonna happen.
I was really hoping that you would.
I wouldn't pick it.
You would ride the Kojima hate train and leave it alone. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is actually, I would say, more than any other game on here, this is the guaranteed success. Because Death Stranding, the original, was critically panned in a very extreme way because nobody really knew what they're supposed to expect coming into it. So everybody had a different idea of what the game was supposed to be even after having their hands on it. But since then, public opinion on it has drastically flipped towards the positive.
Way too much.
And coming into this, people are going to be looking to atone for their sins of the past and rate this highly. I think this is,
and people like to suck up to Kojima so much.
It's we got to get you in a fight. This is him. We got to get you in a boxing match.
I'd beat him.
Kojima's your Radon.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Yeah, I think he's got as many fights as I have.
Right.
I think Death Stranding 2 on the beach is the pick of the draft here. I think it is the guaranteed to get.
You would think that. However,
it
has been, according to Google, the day that we're writing this, it's been 807 days. This has been one of these games released. I know the last one they did, people really liked. I'm gonna take a gamble on this one.
I thought he was about to do WWE
Pokemon Legends Z through A, baby, lock it in. It's going Game of the Year. They're gonna love it.
You're a
Kids
sucker.
won't be
Sucker. You fell for it.
Stock orders won't be shipped. Everybody's gonna be playing Pokemon Legends Z through A on your Nintendo Switch 2 from Nintendo.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a bust. There's no chance.
They're gonna love it.
You are a fool for picking this.
Hey, at least my game's gonna come out.
He got me there. He got me there.
They're thinking they got to recover from that last Scarlet Violet thing, man. They're gonna do it. Trust me. I know these things.
Here's the thing.
Boy.
Maybe my game doesn't come out, but what are you gonna do? Counterpick it?
Yeah.
Because if they announce the game and it's confirmed for a different year and you haven't counterpicked it, then I got a free drop. But if you do counterpick it,
I will.
Games release,
it's not coming out.
All right, we'll see how much you believe in that when it comes time for counterpick. If
Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out this year, I will full cosplay the Donkey Kong Inka Dinka Doo. What do you want me to do? I want to know everything song. That
cosplay the song?
Yeah,
I want to see that regardless.
It's not coming out. I promise you.
Oh man, which direction do I want to go on this?
Hey, real quick, is Pokemon Legends actually going to be a bad game?
I don't know.
What is? Does Matthew have a Magic 8-Ball over there, or is he asking us?
Asking you guys. I haven't seen anything since the trailer when they announced it, and everybody in the chat was hating on
it. Man, which way do I want to go here?
This is getting tough now.
At our projections,
well, I have too many options, and I'm like, which of these is safe to save? But here's what I'm gonna do.
I have one of your picks written down here on my phone. I'll show it as soon as you pick it.
All right, what's he gonna go with?
Happy Wheels 2. He's gonna lock it in. The new Mass Effect game coming out sometime. Ninja Gaiden 4.
Here we go.
There it is. But here's the thing. Ragebound, I think, is the sauce. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I think that this is going to hit for the people who want that. And I mean, we are
it looks like
light on character actions, so
I'm going to pick that one. It's a platinum game as well, so
exactly. Those tend to do well.
That's almost guaranteed to be.
So this is here's the thing. They don't do super well critically.
Yeah, depending on what it is.
They're slightly
hit or miss.
But I think I need a guarantee up there, and this is a guarantee for me. There's no way this gets less than 83, so that's 13 points on the board. Them saying estimated 9 points here, there's no way Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming up with less than 80. But I mean, hey, we'll see how it goes. Now that I've got that one out of the way, man, I really thought that Death Stranding 2 is still going to be on the board here. I can't believe I let that one slip.
It's good. Tough.
I want to talk through my thoughts here, but at the same time, I don't want any babe picking these before I come back. Because here's the thing: do I double up on Ninja Gaiden? Do I go for a resurrected IP that I think is going to crush, but has a potential of just absolutely bombing? Or do I go with something that is just safe? It's going to be points on the board, and that's where I'm breaking a little bit on this. I'm having a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to do it. I wanted to try bidding on this game later, but I was afraid that somebody else was going to take this. Avowed.
Huh?
I'm so excited for this game. I might be more excited for that than I am Fable. It's hard to say. I think this game is going to be fantastic. It's previewed very highly.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see a more developed version of who's this developer?
Obsidian,
thank you. Come back to the old fantasy world that they used to build in, and the combat seems really sweet.
There's a whole lot of stuff not coming out, or that's not guaranteed to come out. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna draft it and hope that it does. I want to draft Fable.
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah,
I had a feeling.
I wanted it.
Oh yeah, I wrote it down as one you were going to draft.
Yes. That's what I was between that and Avowed. And I'll be honest, I thought there was a better chance that somebody would pull Avowed. I thought Bo was going to take it for his next pick.
I was going to take it now if you wouldn't have grabbed it.
Yeah.
Well, that's assuming That's assuming Pokemon Legends was available. He would have taken that first.
No.
I get it, right? I made a good pick. It's okay, guys. Stop hating.
You know what? I liked the first game well enough. I think this will give me at least a few points. Should I do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
I really
don't do it. Change it.
I really liked the first game. So if they improve on the first game, like get rid of the stuff that people were complaining about, I think it'll be great. Improve on it more. And it's basically they have right there what Starfield should have been, which was, a zany space adventure Fallout. And, if they make it really great, it's going to do really great. So,
yeah, this is guaranteed points on the board for you. This is one of the ones that cannot fail, but
I don't think it's going to score huge.
I don't think it's going to exactly. I don't think there's any chance that you get above an 85 with this.
There was also the first one.
I mean,
had a lot
of. Yeah, I mean, you're getting 7 to 12 points on the board guaranteed. For our deeper picks, that's still great. I'm excited for this one. I thought that the last trailer they did for it was hilarious. I think it hit all the notes they needed to. Because that was with this last game, it was a little bit on the boring side in terms of the writing and the funny stuff. But
there's some pretty funny stuff in there. But yeah, you had to get to it.
Yeah. But yeah, they're looking good on this. I think it'll come out in a better state than the original Outer Worlds did. And they've got lessons learned. I think it's going to be kind of right in line with the first one in terms of the critical side of things, though. But we'll see.
Okay, I think it'll get a little bit higher. I don't think much higher, but maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I think.
Oh man,
I think this is a very capable hands. I think this is a solid pick.
Alrighty,
oh, man. And there's one I really believe.
Your last.
There's one I believe in a lot, but I don't think it's coming out this year, which is a bummer. I should probably just go safe for my last one because. Yeah, I think I'll just go safe. I think that's the right call. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, I have something to say about this. For reasons
game in my backlog.
For reasons, people are already mad at the devs for this game, and I was thinking about picking it, but I'm worried that the cult of that might affect the ratings of things. But I wasn't sure. I don't know how that does or not. But I know people are upset with the developer for something.
User reviews do not affect it. So it's just critical reviews that count.
Let's see.
First game.
Yeah, I was hoping to pick this one off the waiver, but the problem is I think this game actually comes out before a bid would finish because it comes out Friday.
Yeah, really soon.
You're gonna be the first one on the board this year, so you're gonna set the tone.
Man. Yes, I will. I have the first one in my backlog, and the trailers of it it's so cool because it's like it's basically realistic Skyrim. Like a lot of people describe it that way.
Yeah, the first one was really fun.
A great way to describe it. Yeah, it's realistic medieval life, and you can like go and get to feed yourself and clothe yourself and wash up, and it's pretty cool. And that it looks like they're gonna be making it even more realistic in this one. So
I'm down to 2 picks here for my last one. I'm just googling a little fact for me here.
Yeah, this is tough I think at the end here.
Their last one was so bad that I think this one has to be good just because there's no way they could be as bad as the last one.
Oh.
So I'm going to go ahead and draft Mafia: The Old Country.
Must did that. Yeah.
I'm thinking I
love the setting too.
There's no way they can be as bad. So I'm thinking that might help me here.
All right.
Yeah. Graphically, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I thought it was a strong showing from it. It didn't really tell me what I need to know about it. But I was like, okay, they're nailing the tone for this. They are clearly taking this seriously, where I felt like in the past maybe they haven't been. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that shakes out. So, okay, now it can get kind of crazy.
All right,
4-3. Here it is.
So, I'm gonna see because if it's not on here, I can't draft it. Let's just see what happens when I type in Zelda here because I want to see
unannounced Zelda.
Oracle Seasons. Goodness.
Unannounced Zelda Oracle. Okay,
guys. I'm thinking about going really off the wall with this.
They're gonna Here's the thing, man. They're going to announce it. They're going to let you know.
Here's the thing. This game is happening. My question is, does it happen in my lifetime? Does it happen this year? Nobody knows. But here's the thing. I've got I think a lot of good picks here. I have a lot of very unsafe picks here.
Yeah, you do.
Do I go for the craziest pool of all time? Because here's the thing.
So real quick, you got two games that aren't coming out this year.
Who knows? Who knows?
And it's yet to be one that might not ever come out.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
A hype factor of 3.3. I didn't even know you could get that low.
Here's the thing. Nintendo has said, and they've reiterated time after time after time, that they are wanting a Zelda game every year, and some of that will include ports. All right, we know that they have been sitting on the re-releases of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, which this seems like if they want to put that on the Switch 1, this is their last chance to do it. Maybe that's what happens this year.
I want to play it on the Switch.
Or are they like, nah, we'll just make it a Switch 2 thing next year?
Here's the thing, man. If you're going to draft a game, that might not come out ever, man, you should just draft The Last Ronin. That Ninja Turtles thing.
So here's the thing. If this game doesn't happen, it will. They want to do this game. They want to do this game so bad.
That's true.
They want nothing more than to be able to put out this game. And when they've been putting out recent Zelda things, they're always side by side two things that they do. They are doing, of course, the Breath of the Wild, but they're also still putting out Ocarina of Time related things. This Lego kit that went out last year with the Deku Tree having
that's a good point.
The Breath of the Wild style and the Ocarina of Time style. They continue to consistently put out Ocarina of Time peripherals and give little,
it's a cash cow.
It is. So they want that. They want that money. They know that
but Nintendo loves not giving you things that you want.
This is true, but eventually they give it to you. It's that delayed gratification.
Maybe I shouldn't say this before. Well, actually,
Pick it.
I'll say this after you click it.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing, because I'm between that.
If you actually click it, then I'll tell you.
You could just bid it. You don't gotta draft it.
But here's the thing. What else am I gonna? What else? That's true, because then you can't counterpick it, right?
Yeah. Hey, I'm just saying, man. Borderlands 4 could be good.
We can't.
Unless they hired like a brand new writing
team in that game.
Oh man, I'm doing it. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. Points on the board.
I wondered if you would do this one. Yeah, I almost picked it myself.
All right. Yep. So, Bob, what were you gonna say? Or do you want to hold on and do a try to get it on the waiver wire later?
Wait, real quick. After the draft, the projected fantasy points.
I'm not sure yet.
Bo has 117 projected, and me and Nolan are both tied for 111.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Does it tell you who counterpicks it?
Because it's too late. I've already done it.
Oh, yes, it does.
But
okay.
Yeah, it will tell you. So yeah, now it's time to draft our counter picks. So, looking at what you guys have on here, do I go with the gutsy one or do I go with the one that I think is just not going to score well? Oh, because here's the thing, you guys got some good.
That was the point of counterpick for stuff that we think is gonna
do poorly. Yeah.
Okay.
Because whatever they get, you get the opposite of. So if I pick something and you get 7 points for it, I get -7. If I think it's not going to come out, then I can pick it, because then I'm like, cool. Now I'm guaranteed that I'm not going to lose any points, but I'm also not going to gain any points. Because here's the thing. If you are doing, counterpicks don't really do a whole lot unless you have like 8 people in there and you're all picking like 6 games. Because we're only 21 games deep. Like these are all good games, almost guaranteed to be above 70. So At this point, it's like, how do I lose the least amount of points from these counter picks? And the way that I lose the least amount of points from these counter picks
okay.
is I stand my ground and say that this Mario Kart is not happening this year. Mario Kart 10 comes out in January. Or
it just says untitled next Mario Kart, so it could be Mario Kart 8 for Switch 2.
I don't think that's a smart idea, but I'll let you do it.
Okay, for me,
this is the ledge I'm going out on. I know there's a lot of good evidence for it coming out this year, and I know
there's only
it's a gut feeling. It's 100% a gut feeling. It's not logical.
There's only one.
But I'm locking it in.
Thing for me.
But here's the other thing. Can I say one more thing about this? Mario Kart does not. Mario Kart never reviews bad, but it never reviews well. Amazing. Yeah. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling Nintendo game of all time, like first party.
Yes.
So, and it got like low 80s. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm gonna look that
because a lot of critics don't like things that are
ahead.
Similar to what was released before.
Iterative. Yeah.
They're like, it's not original.
I take it back. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe got a 92. But Mario Kart 8 regular got...
Well, that came out on the Wii U. So that might be why that didn't do so hot.
Well, even that got an 88. Okay.
The main,
you got me on this one.
I might
have miscalculated on this.
The main thing that I'm counterpicking.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to do one that I'm going to try to get some points off of. I'm going to do one that I'm just locking you in so you can't drop it. Grand Theft Auto 6 is not coming out. They're going to let us know. They're going to be like, hey, this is coming out. Yeah. They're not. There you go. Or it's going to come out, and my thing is, it's going to be so overhyped, it's going to suck. Mm-hmm. So either way, it's either coming out or
unrealistic expectations. But people really love GTA.
So it's either coming out, or it's either not coming out, or I'm going to get some points off it, I think.
Okay. Well, I guess that means I need to do what my next pick was.
He can't counterpick ours, or he can't counterpick his own, so it doesn't matter. But there it is.
I don't think that 3D Mario platformer is coming out. I just don't.
Poor guy.
But what if it did?
Yeah.
What if it did? And scored a 97.
So what I think is going to happen is Mario Kart. The next one is probably going to be the holiday game. Metroid Prime is going to be the. I'm the person that thinks Switch 2 is probably coming for fall-ish.
Oh, really? You think it's not going to come out until fall? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think like late summer, possibly. I just don't see it. What I do think might happen is it comes out right in March. Like, boom, here it is. Like, I think we will see it soon. I don't see any evidence for it being this year.
All right.
Though I really want it.
I notice how you guys talked all that trash. Nobody's locking in Pokemon Legends, huh?
Here's the thing.
You gotta pick yourself. Matthew, do you understand that now Pokemon Legends is a 0 for you? Because however many points you get, you're also going to lose. And now you can't drop it. You guaranteed yourself a 0 slot.
Fine.
That game is not going to do well.
It's going to be the best game of all time.
I wish Pokemon was in a better spot.
Just for that, Bo. Just for that little stunt that you pulled. I hope this game does
wait a minute.
good.
Oh, never mind. I thought Matthew had. I thought it was Matthew's pick. I thought Matthew somehow counterpicked himself.
No.
Matthew counterpicked himself. Okay, never mind what I said. Bo, you made the right call.
There's two games here that I'm thinking. Well, they're both.
This is a 74 waiting to happen.
They're both bows. I'm thinking Kingdom Come Deliverance might review bad.
Okay, that's fair. I that one I'm not. Yeah.
Do it.
This one probably has the biggest downside possible if it flops. It pains me to do it. I pre-ordered it. I'm locking in Claire Obscure.
You know what? I'm totally cool with that because I believe in that game so much.
I think I hope it's going to be great, but I'm thinking if anything here flops, that one might flop the most. If it does.
Here's the thing, Matthew. I was really hoping you'd pick Kingdom Come Deliverance too, because I think that's the dark horse on this list.
It is, maybe. Yeah.
I've heard rumblings, nothing concrete. I've heard rumblings that the people who are reviewing that game have not come out of the shadows at all for the last couple weeks here. Granted, big game, but
it's true for really long, really long.
But usually, like, you at least see these people out and about and stuff like that. But that means that they are not stepping away from it. And that's usually a sign of, okay, they're
sitting there crying in front of the TV. They're questioning their life choices, man. I should have gone to law school, man. I'm sitting here reviewing this trash game. Well, I couldn't have been Pokemon Legends Z through 8.
Here's the thing. I think that Pokemon Legends ZA is the, like...
ZA.
Pokemon Legends
That game's going to be... Hey... You're seeing the first. You know what? Not too long ago they released the first quadruple A game. You're seeing the first 11 out of 10 right there.
Of all of these, assuming that they don't bomb, the lowest amount of points of anything here is going to be Mafia: The Old Country. There's a good chance that this game scores in the low 70s.
True.
Could do better, but I think this has the best chance of getting less than 10 points. I think everything else here is a great pick. I think most of these are going to be in the low 80s. This Pirate Yakuza, I don't have a lot of faith in, but doing Mafia: The Old Country. All right, the draft is complete.
So really glitchy. So let's look at
the projections here. So first place projected with 103.29 points is Bro Code Software. And
let's go.
Brony Interactive Entertainment holds up a solid second place with 98.67 points. And then in a sorry third place is Publishly Mikola. Good grief, that's hard to say. Publishly Mikola.
Don't come crying to me when Pokemon Legends does big numbers, man.
No.
Trust me, that's going to sell consoles, man. People are going to see that and know that they got to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 from Nintendo.
Alrighty. Well, with that, these are a lot of big games coming out this year, but let's try something a little more miniature. In today's minigame, we are doing another round of 20 questions. 21 questions, rather. You get 21 questions to guess the title of the game. And let me make sure that I've got the data pulled up on this game here and that you're not able to see it in any reflections here. We should be good to go.
There's no way I will see it.
Last week, or not last week, but last time I intentionally went with an easier one for y'all. This time I will not be doing that. Or will I? You don't know. You just don't know. So, you may begin.
All right. Did it come out after 2010?
Yes. Okay, let me make sure
I've got 2011 to now.
September done here.
Or just make sure. So does that include 2010 or is that 2011 on?
You asked it to come out after 2010.
Okay, so 2011 on. Okay.
And I said yes.
Did it come out before 2018.
Yes.
All right.
There you go. Solid amount of time there, but narrowed it down.
Let's see. I'm bad at these. Is it a console exclusive game?
It is not exclusive to a particular console.
Okay.
I had a weird feeling of what it might be. Did it come out on I forget what generation it technically is, but it's the PS4 generation.
Yeah, the PS4, Xbox One generation. It did
Yeah.
not initially release in that generation.
Okay, so we're looking at Xbox.
So it's PS3, Xbox 360,
or Wii U maybe. What are the Bo? What are the odds it's Zombie U? Because he mentioned that earlier.
I did think that. Yeah.
Okay. So we're at 4 questions.
Look through the information you've got.
So 4. Okay, so it's pretty much between
like
2011 and 2013, basically. Man, I guess we'll start. Is it a Wii? Did it come out on the Wii U?
This game never released on the Wii U.
So we know it's not Zombie U.
You actually already knew it wasn't Zombie U because it's not a console exclusive.
Huh?
Oh.
No, because Zombie, but it got re-released on the other ones as just Zombie.
Right, but it's different version of the game.
Yeah, it wasn't different. I feel like they did some things with that one.
You always got the wise.
They didn't have the gamepad. They didn't have the gamepad, Matthew.
No, they had the touchpad on the controller.
I don't know.
All right, next question.
Anyway,
so we're looking at Xbox PS4 game.
Is it a AAA developer that made it?
Yes.
AAA. Huh? Was it a first-person shooter?
I just have to think about the
phrasing.
I have to place myself in the game because I have a picture in my head, but I don't want the.
You could pull up a screenshot of what the gameplay looks like.
Sorry, did you ask first or third?
First.
It is a first-person shooter.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's 7 questions.
Because that's what my
idea
instinct was yes, but I was like, why do I picture something else in my head right now? So I had to confirm. Yes, it is. I'm not tricking you.
I had an idea of one it could be, but I'm pretty sure they weren't a AAA developer by that point.
It's first person.
Well,
is it a Call of Duty game?
Usually, no, it's not Call of Duty. AAA usually prefers to like the way that it was released and like its budgets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one I was thinking of is not a AAA developer, or they weren't when they made it.
Okay,
could be wrong.
Okay, so we're 8 questions down. I don't even know what to ask.
Just think of first person games that came out around that time.
Does the title start between the letters of A through M? Or no,
you can't use letters.
That's right.
Yeah. That's
right.
One of the only 2 rules.
Man. It would have been on the PS4. No. It was before
PS3,
that.
Xbox One.
PS3, Xbox
or
One.
360.
Man, dude, this
first person game.
First person. Can't even think of a question to ask.
I can narrow it down. So it's not Call of Duty. It's not Killzone because that was only on PlayStation.
Yep. Oh.
The
Let me do this. So
real quick, you're not allowed to use Google and stuff like that in case we haven't talked about that.
No. Oh yeah.
No,
I'm not.
is it?
That's off the top of my head.
I figured.
Is it like Is it like a military first-person shooter? Like, are you like a war game basically? Okay. No, it's not
this isn't like you're not like a real world military or anything like that.
Okay.
This is not military combat.
Okay, so it's not going to be Battlefield or Medal of Honor.
Maybe I should just ask it. I didn't think that they were a AAA, but I'll just ask it because it's a really acclaimed game from this time period. Is it a BioShock game?
It is a BioShock game.
Oh my gosh. Dang.
Nice. I'm trying to think, there's only one BioShock. Wait, no, because when it
there's two.
Yeah. Is it a
oh wait.
How do I ask this? Oh, wait.
We need to narrow it down if it's 1, 2, or 3.
Does the game take place I guess primarily underwater?
Nope.
Okay.
There you go. It's BioShock Infinite.
It is BioShock Infinite. Nicely done.
Nice.
So
great game.
Published by 2K. All three of these games. Yeah. That is AAA.
And that's what was tripping me up because like the first one is definitely not a AAA game. So I was like, oh, when did that come out? But
yeah. Well, original BioShock came out 2000. So 2007, 2009, and 2013.
Oh, so it would have been because we asked if it came out before 2010 or after. 2010.
I couldn't remember. I could not remember when it first came out.
It's hard to tell when you don't have it.
But 10 questions ain't bad.
Yep.
Yeah. I will say for the record, again, because it was published by 2K, I still would have considered BioShock 1 AAA. AAA, AA, that's always a tricky thing to figure out.
It's true.
That can be kind of subjective, but if it was something like with BioShock 1, somewhere it's like you can kind of go either way, I would probably just refuse to answer the question. I'd probably say, hey, I'm not going to answer that. Because I don't want to mislead you. But hey, 11 questions, so you got it. Yeah. I'm trying to kind of slowly get ourselves, a little more into the hard things. Although Matthew threw us into the deep end with.
Well, it's just the one that I happen to think of.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
Yeah. But hey, I still felt really good last week. So. Well, anyways, nicely done, guys. And for anyone who is still watching, remember that you can be a part of what we do here by liking and subscribing, and you can comment answering our question of the week for a chance to get a shout out to begin our next episode. And this week we are asking you, what is the worst pick from the draft? No, we're asking you what's your most anticipated game in 2025? What is your true and cannot fail game of 2025? And with that, that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for joining us. I am Super Nolan Man. Again, we've got Hyrule King and Matthew Hot Dog Eater. I keep wanting to call you Dat Boy Few.
Just call me whatever you want.
Because that's what you're.
Go ahead.
Just don't call him late for dinner.
I got a hot dog as my picture, but I can have that and be Dat Boy Few. So the ladies call me Few. My brothers call me Hugh. We'll see you next week.